Good.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for another episode of the one and only Rebar Show with your host, JP motherfucking Finger.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's your boy. James' glasses are fake. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, JP motherfucking Fingers. I've been starting to put the winter wave back on, but let's do things real quick. All right, one only Rebar Show is brought to you by the big dog, Sir Louis Cigars. Hit him up on Instagram at Sir Louis Cigars. What else? Ring, 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 ring. Star 69. What's that? It's the 69 boys. Human Smart. Take care of your cigars. Take care of your life. Promo code Rebar. Look at this beard. I started using beard oil again. It's getting thick. Getting ready for the winter. At Bearded Buffalo Oils on Instagram. Hit them up. It's a local business to me. My good buddy. Hit them up. Take care of your beard. Take care of your tattoos. Take care of your fucking skin. Take care of your life. Promo code Rebar. That was it. That was it.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined here by my illustrious Long Island guest, Herf Daddy, Herf Dashian, Herf fucking Herf, Herf Head,
Herfaholic.
Herf Maestro, Herfaholic. I like that.
Fuck.
I like that.
Herfnado.
Herf NATO, Herflatio,
Herfatron.
Herfatron.
Herfatron. Thank you.
All right, Herf Head, you got something to say?
Yeah, the one and only Rebar Show might say and do some dumb shit, and anything we say or guests say have nothing to do with our sponsors whatsoever. They are our opinions, and they are our own opinions, and not our sponsors. If you don't like it, fuck off.
You know what? Make like a fucking jag off. Get out of here, you fucking yenzer. Ladies and gentlemen,
what?
JP Fingers, Herf Head. Our guest for tonight's show, Sam Leccia. You may recognize from Sam from such things as Stogie Bird, where he is at the Stogie Bird headquarters. You've probably recognized him from cigars. It could be the nub. The one? How do you not know this fucking guy? Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Leccia. What's going on, brother? Dude, you didn't have to mute yourself. That was perfect. Was that not a solid introduction? I'm like, fuck, guy.
Keep going. Keep the faith.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Dude,
Yeah.
I literally gave one of the best introductions I could ever give. And then you're like,
I can't hear anything.
I fucking muted myself. All right, you know what? Restart your phone. Oh, yeah, you can't hear us. Fuck, it doesn't matter what I say. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I have no sound, guys. Can you hear me? Yes?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? You can hear me?
You got to do the opposite of fucking unmuting yourself. We can hear you. No, you can hear us, yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
This episode of One and Only Rebar Show is brought to you by Sir Louis Cigar, Jimmy Smart, Beard Buffalo.
Sam.
Sorry,
Sam Leccia is in the house.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, fucking Sam Leccia, the luchador, the Lucy, the Lessie, the fucking Nubster. All right, I would consider you a fucking legend. I haven't smoked cigars for like a super long period, but the cigars you've done, the cigars you've had your hand in, were a huge part of me learning to smoke what I like to smoke. Sam, what's going on, man?
Just another day in paradise, as Island Jim would say.
Shit, you got the palm trees behind you? Yeah, man, that's paradise.
Right, man.
All right, Herfhead, you got to cover the first question. Hit him. Hit it. Hit him. Hit him. Ow.
First question.
I would figure you got a question ready.
Yeah. Well, one thing that intrigues me about Stogie Bird is the vintage collection you have. I don't know if that's the proper name I'm using.
It's called Vintage Fresh.
Vintage Fresh, yeah. That's That's interested me, but what interested me a little bit more was the story behind the labels, the bands, which people don't really, it's not emphasized that those are original bands. It's kind of like, you may think they're reproductions or.
Right, they're genuine artifacts. They were printed some literally 100 years ago.
Oh, that's sick.
I procured a like millions of these bands, and many of them still sealed. They've never even been opened, and it's just really cool. Some of them from the teens, from the early 1900s, some as early as the 60s. But it's really cool. It's really cool. Yeah, none of these are reproductions. These are the real deal.
Yeah, you explain that on the Stogie Bird website, but it doesn't. When I read it, I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Yeah, it sounds like it's you're not really I don't know."
Has somebody ever tried to sell you
these bands are from original goddamn cigars?
Yeah, has somebody ever tried to sell you like fucking fake bands? They're like, "Oh, I just stumbled upon all these. My grandfather smoked them. Like, I got 100 bands right now."
No, nobody's ever tried to do that I know.
Herfhead.
It's a rarity. That'd be perfect.
Let's buy a fucking really good printer, nice laser inkjet, something. We could be onto something here. Selling fake original cigar bands.
Yeah, man.
LLC
Cool.
Copyrighted. It's our idea.
And every one that comes out is a different manufacturer, which I think is cool.
Well, yeah, I mean it's we've got a variety of factories we're using, and we're always adding to that. So we're always looking to get a new cigar from a new partner.
Yeah, you did La Zona, you did Caldwell,
and Rocky Patel is did this month. That's not out yet, but that will be in the September 15th Stogie Bird.
Nice.
You know what? The way I've just heard Herfhead talk for the past hour and a half, I was like, shit, you know what? And you ship to Canada? I got to be a member here. I'm signing up after this. Done deal. Boom. Done deal. Stogie Bird. I like the name too. I like probably one of the best pictures on Instagram Herfhead's ever posted. Was that yours or did you steal it?
No, it was mine.
Dude, I questioned it when you first sent it to me.
I tagged the owner of Stogie Bird in it, but the guy never responded to me, so I gotta hit him up.
With a fucking picture like that, dude, I thought you stole it. I was like, oh, this is probably Stogie Bird's fucking picture here. Like,
what?
And
what
I was butthurt. Yeah.
You tagged it? I don't. How long ago?
I think it was yesterday. About
he's like
6 hours, 14 minutes, and 32 seconds ago.
Maybe I haven't even looked. I probably haven't even looked at it yet.
Oh shit! All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into what we're smoking, what we're drinking. Sam, we're gonna start with you. We're gonna go to Herfhead, and then we'll go to myself. What we're smoking, what we're drinking is brought to you by Puro Haven. Hit them up on Instagram at Puro Haven. When you want to smoke like the big dogs and you want your wish list stuff, what do they call? They're white whales, the fucking great white shark, all that ocean stuff. Hit up at Puro Haven. Smoke like the big dogs. I'm pulling that out of my Peter James case, by the way. Little plug. All right. Sorry. I'm normal now. Sam, what are you smoking? What are you drinking?
I haven't lit it up yet, but I'm smoking the Ruffed Grouse. You can see that.
Blackbird.
It's from Blackbird.
People can get that in the Stogie Bird packages?
This currently is exclusive to Stogie Bird. This was already in one of our selections, but you can buy these separately, a la carte, if you will.
That's a misconception about a lot of cigar, shipping companies, a lot of cigar clubs that you can't buy individually. It's nice to have that.
Sure, we have a full inventory of everything you smoke, everything that we've got in the packs for sure.
And what are you drinking?
Oh, well, currently, I'll probably switch this up but currently it's just Diet Pepsi.
Okay, no doubt.
Currently,
That's
we can,
that's
we
your.
can
I
change.
mean, would you normally drink a Diet Pepsi with a cigar? You probably smoke a lot more cigars than I do, and I'm just like, you know what? A lot of people are, Dr Pepper, fucking Pepsi. People are just Coke.
I'm a soda drinker, so whatever I do includes a soda. So, uh, you know, that's just that's me chilling. I was gonna make a coffee, but I'm out of milk, and I wanted to make a latte. We have good coffee here, but I gotta go walk and get some milk, and I didn't want to walk and get milk.
You know what though? When you're looking for the cream, you come on the one and only Rebar show.
See that? I didn't know that. So
Mm.
Cigars rule everything around me. Oh wow! Take a little Wu Tang reference, spice it up, suck on that, Skip Martin. Suck on that, Skip Martin. I just gotta throw a little Skip Martin shade every episode out, right? Herfhead.
we need to make that a T-shirt. Suck on that, Skip Martin.
I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. Suck on that, Skip.
That's good.
I love that. Suck on that, Skip.
I'm
mean-
on my.
Sorry, Herfhead, go.
It's got to be his full name.
Yeah.
I'm drinking
Sounds
my regular high noons because it's the only thing that doesn't make me sick anymore.
Do you
I
think
found a
you could
cigar
fuck
in
with,
my humidor.
Need that down. Let me know.
Do you think you could fuck with a beer and then a bunch of high noons, Herfhead? You know what I mean? Like if we were to go for dinner or whatever, like you're like, oh yeah, let me get
No, no. After I ran out a couple of high noons on one night, I dipped into the Trulies and it made me sick as hell. So, anyway,
no, not
and I'll be
like
smoking something.
But like, let's, you know what I mean, dude. We were to go, like, we go out to a restaurant. Oh, they got this on tap. Let's try that. But then you finish the night on high noons. You know what I mean? You think you could do that? Yeah.
If I'm in a restaurant, I'm drinking whiskey sours.
Okay, so you could drink other stuff and still be all right when you go to high noons.
Yeah, I would like to think so.
I'm telling you, you're preaching like some sort of fucking hangover cure here.
Mm.
Go high noon.
And I'm smoking the one and only the Leccia. It's got an L on it. Leccia, it says.
Right on.
I think this is out of. It's got a Costa Rican wrapper on it.
No.
One of Herfhead's many boxes.
It's actually
how
African.
people will go to Wikipedia.
African sun-grown.
Yeah.
People will go to Wikipedia for just facts. If you're interested in cigars, people go to just Herfpedia, and he has all the cigars.
Right on.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Looking forward to that, man. I smoked a bunch of them back in the day, but I got a humidor pretty full, like with drawers, and it's kind of like Tetris. If I move one cigar, I won't be able to close that drawer again. It's just perfect harmony.
No doubt.
If he moves one cigar, he
I
can't
know I had a
close
couple
the 600
left.
square foot room. He's like, I move one fucking
And I
cigar,
fucking
next thing you
found
know,
it, man.
fucking 1,000 over there, 1,000 over there. They're all just coming at me. And he's like Indiana Jones running out of there, running out of that fucking big ass room. It's crazy.
It was wedged between a Tres Reñas, that short-lived Pepin cigar, and a VSG. So it was napping nicely.
Are you fucking with me right now?
No.
All right, so what I'm smoking, what I'm drinking, I'm actually smoking the Ashton VSG. And I'm drinking some Jose Cuervo margaritas on the rocks. On the rock. That fucking crack sound, man. That's so good. You hear that shit at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're like, day's almost done. I am thirsty now. All right. Sam, you started in the cigar, let's say the cigar industry, I want to say what, 12 years ago, 13 years ago? That's my take on it.
Yeah, it's almost 20 years ago.
Okay, so 20 years ago, you've seen the cigar world change, the cigar industry change probably fucking 100 times, right?
More than I expected. Yeah, for sure.
Um, what you know now, and when you first started out, and you were like, you know what, we're doing it, we're doing it, we're doing it. What would you then take from what you know now, and did you have any ideas where you're like, oh, let's do this, right? And they're like, no, that won't work, and then you look at it now, and it's like, damn, like that's still working.
Probably if I knew now what I knew then, I would not. I would avoid this industry altogether.
Oh, man.
So what would it be then? What's gonna, hey, at least got a hit with an industry. You're like, fuck, I would have got a trade. I would have got into a trade.
Yeah, I should have. No, I should have hung drywall. I should have
They
been a
love
boiler.
weed. Drywall. Any drywall I know loves weed. It's crazy.
No,
You were dabbling in liquor, right?
I was dabbling in liquor. I was a liquor dabbler. In my spare time, I was quite the liquor dabbler.
Is that dabbling, Herfhead?
That's another good T-shirt, man.
Is
I'm a
this
liquor
dabbling?
dabbler.
I don't know.
Are you a liquor
It's a
or a
hand going
dabbler?
like this. It's just a hand going like this on the front of it, like no wrist, just hand. What's
I know that fellow. He's a liquor dabbler.
Look at this guy. He's got a dabbling shirt on. There's dabbing and then there's dabbling.
All right, it's
So
it's
good.
not a rotunda, but it's dabbling. Okay.
That
Fuck.
is so good. I dabble. I worked in the liquor industry for 6 or 7 years, I think. I worked for Bacardi and I worked for Jack Daniels, Brown Foreman, which was Jack Daniels. And Brown
So,
Foreman.
I
You
mean,
enjoy it?
who has not fucking heard
Oh,
of
yeah,
those
it was a
companies? That's
blast. It was
crazy.
superb. It was a superb gig. My last gig before I was in cigars was I ran California for Jack Daniels for Brown Foreman. So from San Diego to Sacramento was my market, and we did marketing and beer promotions or liquor promotions. We did it was a blast. It was a great job. It was a great job.
A lot easier than cigar promotions.
Well, I brought a lot of that. I brought a lot of what we did in the liquor business into the cigar world, and so much so that it turned into what the liquor industry did with those events. They became overrun with them, and they're boring, and nobody cares
Yeah.
anymore.
And now liquor and cigars are like no, you can't no.
Yeah.
I
Whoa.
don't think
Those
you
two
can do
things
liquor
can't be in
cigars
here
anymore.
together. Like these fucking two things can't be in here together.
I don't.
Fucking
As far as
separated.
I don't know what you mean by that, but what do you mean by that? Like, 'cause those companies don't want to be associated with cigars? Is that what you're saying?
New York's the new
No,
Canada.
in New York,
California's the old Canada.
New York has trouble with like at a cigar lounge, you're gonna do a liquor tasting and do tobacco. You're not allowed to have tobacco and liquor, so you have to end up not charging for the liquor. It's free. It's not considered on sale. It's all bureaucratic nonsense.
Perfect.
It's New York.
There's always
gotta-
an end around. It's so crazy.
I got to ask you a quick question. If you were to represent a liquor company, because you've done the cigar game, what company would you represent as like a liquor or an alcohol company?
No, I mean I would probably start my own liquor company. I don't want to ever work for anybody ever.
Okay.
So,
Amen.
and I've got a lot of ties in that, and I've made my own stuff. I've made shine. I've made whiskey.
That's the PA in you.
Made grappa, and there's the Lawrenceville distillery. I share a building with them for storage. They've got a full distillery right here in Lawrenceville. So
That's cool.
I don't know. Never say never into that.
You do a brown liquor, right? Yeah, brown or white?
I prefer brown spirits these days, but I wouldn't be opposed to making a clear spirit.
I mean, clear spirit's so hit and miss. I got a gin company, 10 miles away from you right now. Their shit doesn't even compare to the, gin's like vodka. Every company makes a vodka. Every company makes a gin. Yeah, the white market, I just feel is so, not the white market, but the white liquor, the clear liquor. It's Dude, to
It's
do a good one of
changed.
those,
Like when I was in the liquor business, the dark spirits, nobody was getting it. People were slowly getting into at that point.
right? Dark spirit. Oh, that's gross. You know, it's look at all the cocktails you can make with these clear spirits. Even throwing
Yeah,
ice in there, let it sit.
I was doing stuff for Bacardi Limon. That was the heyday. It's Tuaca.
Taking a
Think
picture.
of those brands. Those were one of my favorite though is Di Serrano. When you said sours, I love a Di Serrano sours. One of my
Oh,
favorites.
this Corona and fucking Dr. Pepper. Damn.
Di Serrano and anything really.
I didn't know the extent of bitters that they have. Holy shit.
Yeah, I never really get into that either. If you're gonna make like an old fashioned, you're certain
I was
Angora
usually
bitters.
yeah. You know what? I cannot stop calling it Aganorsa anymore. It's just I just call it that. I know it's not that, but
I probably said it wrong too. I have some here. I could look at a bottle.
yeah. But I remember seeing that shit in my grandparents' fucking cabinet, growing up.
I think we have three. I think we have three bottles of it. Let me grab it. That was closer than I thought. It's Angostura. It's pretty close. I didn't expect to be that close. You didn't expect me to have a bottle of it.
No, my brother was getting into Negronis, and I was like, I can't do Negronis. Negronis are way too harsh.
Ugh. Where'd are we on break? Where'd this guy go?
No, we're still recording. He just went to go take a piss. So
He ended up having to go anyway.
Sam,
so now if we talk about cigars, it's a good time. Oh fuck, he's back.
I like how
Wardrobe change.
Herfheaf could take a piss, but I can't. You're like, shit, so this thing's all of a sudden not going? Dude, Herfhead.
He can't.
I gotta say, when we pissed for the first time was the most unidealistic time to piss. We could have held that shit fucking 15 more minutes.
I gotta talk to my doctor.
Fuck, I'm starting to think I gotta find your doctor too if he has got a cure for that.
My PSA is really high,
What's a PSA?
but his fingers are really fat.
Oh. Is that covered under insurance?
No, I pay out of pocket, man. It's I give him $50.
I pay out of pocket.
It's not on the menu.
Hey, it's always coming out of one wallet or
Secret
another.
menu. You're gonna pay for
He's like,
something.
hey, he's doing those magic tricks where he's like, look what I just pulled out. And you're like, no, that was mine. This ain't no magic trick. That was up there.
Yeah,
But
I knew
buddy,
it
don't
was
try to
there.
fool me.
Trying to fool me.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, chalk for a fucking pool table. You're like, okay, I get it, dude. That was up there. Like, stop showing. He's thinking he's showing you magic tricks, right? You're like, joke's on you, idiot. With your fucking PhD.
No. Yeah.
All right. Do you have a question, El Herfador? El Herfador? Herfe Luce?
We've been over some stuff already. I mean, like I said about STOGIE Bird, which I love, is that they don't restrict you from buying exclusive if you don't buy into the subscription. So that's fucking cool. A lot of places don't do that.
Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I got a question.
Sorry, go Herfed.
How many different bands do you think you have? Did you buy like fucking 100 different logos, different fucking styles?
Hundreds of different bands, and some in hundreds, and some in thousands, and some in hundreds of thousands.
Whoa.
So I have quantities all over the board. Like we're doing uh, the I normally don't tell the next month's deal is, but what we're going to be doing after the September 15th will be the brand of the month is going to be vintage fresh. So you're going to get 8 vintage fresh cigars. We've only introduced 4 on the market, so you're going to get a gamut of cigars that have yet to be out there. Uh, so it'll be from a variety of makers. The Rocky Patel one should be coming in. That's part of this. That's part of this plan. And there's some
No,
other ones. We're using some of some of the bands we don't have a lot of quantities of. So there's a couple of real cool ones in here that won't ever be made again.
are your cigars made and you choose them, and you taste what the factory has to offer, or is it made specifically for your line? Is it more of
It
like a lost and
depends.
found thing, or
It depends on the quantity of the bands. If I have quantities, 20,000 or above, I want to create a blend behind that, so that I can, that's a lot of cigars, and that's I want some consistency with that. Um, but it would still be limited to that. I'm not going to recreate these bands. At least I don't plan on it. Once the bands are gone, they're gone. Um, but some of these I'd have 100,000 bands. So yeah, I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna get that cigar made. But
do you have
there are,
cigars pre-made for Stogie Bird that are going to come out, that are made already and waiting?
yes.
Because we all know that time in cigars is what we need. I mean,
That time you mean and in aging?
yeah.
Yeah, because you've got to. That's why the Rocky wasn't ready to ship in this Stogie Bird. If you notice, there's not a vintage fresh this month. It was supposed to be this Rocky Patel, and yeah, it needed to rest. So we skipped it a month, and it'll be ready this month.
Good.
But so yeah, it's a mixture of both. But at the same time, if I have 2,000 bands, I'll call Robert Caldwell up, and I say, hey man, you got 2,000 of something like really really good, and he'll send me something. I'll be like, oh my gosh, this is it. So we do things like that too. So, but it really depends on the quantity of the
Yeah.
product of the merchandise, if you will.
The drop depends on the amount of labels that you use.
Yeah, the amount of packaging I have. Like I said, some of these things I have hundreds of thousands of and that's a lot of bands. That's a pretty established cigar doing 100,000. So
Here's a
but
really
all of
geeky
these are
question.
limited to that. All of these are very limited to that.
Got a really weird question. I don't know if anybody has ever asked you this or not. Geeky question about the cigar bands. Do they have to go through any kind of cleaning process or any kind of? Are they just thrown on the cigar? Are they treated? I mean, if you're talking about bands that go back many many years, you throw that in an organic product. Do you know if that label is, not harboring mold or?
It's a very interesting question. Um, I'll have to pull one of these boxes. They have been kept in the most perfect conditions. In fact, the glue tabs, back in the day, they had glue tabs on the edge of the band. So you would just moisten it with a sponge to adhere the band. Most cigars, they use a pectin or, a gargum or something to glue the band. So these have the old school, lick
Blue
them
bands. Yeah.
like a postage stamp or like a back of an envelope, and they all still work. So that just shows you that these have not been in any moist climate whatsoever.
And they're not dried out either. Yeah, so they're not compromised.
They have been in perfect conditions, and you can see that by most of them are sealed. A lot of the ones I have big quantities in, but outside of that, I really wouldn't be overly concerned about.
Yeah, I noticed on the Half Wheel article, someone threw shade at you, and you responded to them. They were talking about how, you buy 50 bands on eBay and you throw it on a cigar. Like, what? Like,
Yeah, I ran into the.
you're not me. You're Sammy. It's you're in the
I ran
industry.
in,
It's not like. Go on. Sorry.
I ran into the grandson of one of the owners of these brands, and he's 82 years old. This grandson, to tell you
Wow.
just how old the business is and how thriving it was for 3 generations. And now it's just no more. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't do anything. Most of the buildings have been sold off. This guy has kept everything. He has the original Ford truck that they used in the warehouse, and because it was always indoors, it was like the indoor truck. So it's in incredible condition. They've kept everything, and so I bought all of these, through him. Out of central Pennsylvania, and one of the largest manufacturers in the world at one time. So the amount of, keep in mind these boxes, 3 boxes of them are going to be 1 million bands. So, I got a truckload of this stuff.
Yeah, that's the funny. You weren't out looking for them, right?
Well, I was looking for ideas. I'm always looking. I mean, I don't know if you're me, you're always looking. So,
But
looking
to
at
have that
something.
fall into your lap is extremely rare, right? I mean,
What's that?
to have that amount of bands fall into your lap.
Well, I knew I had something, and that's when I got super excited. So yeah, I could there's it's one thing to recreate something that's old, which is still really cool. I mean, totally. It's another to have the original thing and find it and use it. So it's 2 different ways,
To recreate, you become redundant.
What's that?
To recreate, you become redundant.
Yeah.
The amount of people that have recreated shit, and it's like, okay, we get it. Like, you're the 4th company to do this, right? It's what can you do differently?
I guess. I think this was just a dumb luck, really coming across these. And I think it's just a fun, if you're a cigar fan or a Tabacchiana fan or just into any kind of cigar history, you're gonna really appreciate these because
What is Tabacchiana?
These were made for cigars for another generation. You know what I mean? It's kind
of all American made too, right?
Oh yeah, these were all lithographs. Here, let me just grab a box. Hold on a second.
What's a Tabacchiana?
I think it's someone that's interested in the history of tobacco, but they're feminine. Yeah, pretty much.
There's tobacconists of every race, every color. Just call them tobacconists.
Yeah, I know the feminine thing was a joke, but yeah, there's people that like study the history of tobacco and.
I thought that's what he was saying, but I thought it was something different. I was like, what the fuck's Tabacchiana?
Yeah, so it's cool. These bands are actually from back then. You've seen recreations and shit like that.
I got a bunch of cigars from the 18s up to the early 60s. That's cool, yeah.
All right, so here's one. This is how they come. This was dated 19. I'm seeing 47. These are 1947.
Fine.
Okay. I mean, these are just
holy shit.
This is gorgeous. This is about 40,000 bands right here.
That's wild.
Packaged perfectly. Yeah, look at you. Still got the fucking paper.
Do you get it like that, or is that how you package it?
Oh no, this is how it come from the factory. Like this is how it came. This was how it came. This was out of this company.
Oh, that's cool. And that's how they fucking put it away back then.
Right. This one we just opened yesterday. This was sealed. This was sealed up until yesterday.
I'm gonna call you a tobacco antique. Tobactique.
So,
Like that's antique shit right there.
oh, big time, big time. These are cool too. These are a little harder to hold up. These will all be out there eventually.
So
Nice.
do you think
Well,
I
how
mean
much looking?
I don't know that much.
So good luck finding this stuff on eBay.
So my question
Yeah,
is
I could
do you,
buy. I could buy. Yeah.
do you think they were going out of business and then packaged it like that, or do you think that's how they just always kept it?
Man,
Or
no,
did they
this is how these would. This is Consolidated Lithographing Company.
and
That
they're
stock,
just
dude.
like that's a regular thing. Companies didn't know they were going bankrupt and then they started doing that, right?
What
No,
do you mean?
So when a company tells you,
no.
"Hey, we're going
It's what
bankrupt, we have
it's
2
what.
weeks left here," people pack shit up, right?
No, that's not how this was at all. Though these are just brands that eventually faded away, and the company was
Yeah,
still making cigars.
yeah,
But
yeah,
they
yeah,
just
yeah.
kept.
So it's not just like I didn't know if they always kept it like that when they were going for bands. Like, oh, go to
Yeah,
that
I
no.
think
bar.
they
If you
would.
were to
I
have
think they would
ordered,
have sold
if
it
you were
off.
to have ordered bands from this company, they would have come like this. I
Okay,
mean, because
yeah, 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 yeah.
this box is stamped.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just didn't know if they were when they did a fucking closing out thing, they do that, right?
No, yeah, this wasn't like some bankruptcy thing. That's just how it
Liquidation.
looked.
Yeah.
That's just how it looked. No, I didn't get any of these out of an auction or anything like that.
Yo, who picked the Corona for the Honest George?
Well, for one, that's one limitation that I have with these bands is the majority of these cigars are all going to be on the smaller scale.
Keep it up. Love it.
So I'm usually at the mercy of the band with the ring gauges. So
Because they
which is
weren't
kind
making
of
60 ring gauges back in the day. Yeah.
right. There was a couple of cigars I was able to put I was able to get a 54, but
Wow.
nothing's gonna beat that. Most of them are like 46 and under.
Respectable sizes.
Some are real tiny. Some are real tiny.
I'm all about Coronas. That's my favorite. That's my jam. I like smoking the smaller ring gauges.
So
You don't
I mean,
see it as much anymore. It's not.
so what do you think of seeing something like that? All those bands from. It's pretty wild because nowadays
Yeah,
they pack them, kind of like in a baseball card box, and they're just in
yeah,
metal.
yeah. I saw them at the factory that way. Yeah, that's fucking neatly packed. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. They're
and
they're these
each one is identically packed too. They're packed the same way.
they're these bundles, and there's 200 in each one of these. But the embossing, the detail on this is crazy. I don't know if you can pick that out.
Yeah, you
And
can see the rays.
and just the quality of the embossing is just amazing. The enamels, the golds. This would be a
The
very
colors
expensive.
pop. So
This
yeah.
would be very expensive to duplicate today.
You got to get in touch with Robert Caldwell. You got to sell him half those bands.
Well, we work on a lot of projects together. We already have. That's a foregone conclusion.
He must have been drooling at that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some pretty interesting finds, and like I said, this is just a couple of them. I have a whole truckload. I brought a whole truckload back of these, so there's a lot of different things.
There's that other dude from Principal Cigars that I know he's into cigar art. Forgot
Not
his
Darren,
name.
not Darren, the other brother. Or is it Darren?
Darren, yeah, Darren from Principal.
There's Darren.
He's
No,
all
Darren's
about
got a brother, and
collecting
I don't know
old
which one's fucking which.
I have no idea.
He always gets like lithographs and shit of the old brands and old labels. So.
Oh, right on.
So, No, it's cool. You could pass it on, man. I mean, fuck.
Well, I mean, these have a value just as a collector, you know. So in some ways, it helps. It helps with some of these guys' collections because it gets it knocks these out of the mix. You know, it's like putting a stamp through the mail.
Yeah, it's and it's cool that you're doing. Not only are you doing collabs, but you're doing your own blending, which is great to see. You know, you could easily just pass it off to any company that wants them, and just but to put your mind into a blend for the fans, very cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're going to do that no matter what.
I mean, how could you not?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't wait to get this Rocky one. This one I'm excited about. They've all been really, really good. The Honest George was our best seller. We had the most requests and the most that has been the most sales for whatever
I
reason.
love the 5x40, man. The 5x40 is fucking dope.
Well, a lot of the vintage fresh are going to be small gauges.
I'll keep my eye out because it's hard to get small gauges nowadays. You know, companies start at 52.
Yeah,
That's a Robusto. JP, how you feel about that?
You know what? Cigar for Rocky. I was a big fan of the fucking short things, little short fucking. It's like it's got driveway sealer on the box with Rocky Patel. I was always a big fan of that, and
the Decade.
yeah, the Decade, man. It's like crazy ass like asphalt fucking box, and it's got the little logo on there.
It'll break skin. It makes you bleed.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
that
I hung that
open up
motherfucker.
with a fucking razor.
Hate those boxes.
Yeah, and then
I
I
used to have
was
to
like
open that razor blade up.
I like the 99 vintage. I was always a fan of that.
Yep.
And yeah, I still, you know what? What was it? 4 years ago, 5 years ago, they had that sun grown, that fucking Connecticut broadleaf that was like fuck top 3,
Yeah.
top
And
5. Dude,
what's that one? 50 something, or is it 60 something? It's got a, or is it 40? It's got a number.
Oh, the 60th, the box press.
This thing's it's the name of the cigar is just the number and it's spelled out.
Oh, it was for a fucking
something?
football player? Was it for a football player?
No. I forget what it is. We had it in one of our Stogie birds. It was very good.
I think you're ballsy by using Rocky as your next guy.
Why is that?
Because I think there's a certain hatred or a stigma attached to Rocky and Rocky's products. I've noticed that through working at the lounge.
That stigma would be inaccurate. Their company is one of the easiest companies to deal with for both retailers and companies like mine. They're a great company that go above and beyond to help you. So and I mean they're one of the best selling. There's when you're the best at something, you're going to get a lot of haters, and they are the best at a lot of things, and they do a lot.
Walmart trumps a lot of people, and so does Amazon, though. You know what I mean? I said
that?
Walmart and Amazon trump a lot of people, and that's I don't want to put words in Herfhead's mouth, but I think that's from what he said. That's the vibe I got off it.
Well,
you know what I mean?
When I got in this business, nobody knew who Rocky Patel was. Rocky Patel busted his ass. There's no one in our business that has ever worked harder for their company than Rocky has. So I think anyone that has seen that knows that. I love him or hate him, he's earned everything he has, big time.
You know what, dude?
The stigma.
No matter whether it's good or bad,
there's a stigma attached. Fuck this shit. Look, there's a stigma attached, in my opinion. People talk about cigars. People that are, very snobby about cigars. They always lump, like, you'll say Rocky, you'll say, Gurkha and Rocky in the same sentence.
Well, that's another thing with Gurkha. It's another misconception. There's not a factory that I have ever been to. Well, maybe one or two. I guess there's definitely one or two that I've been to that don't make a cigar for Gurkha. So you're saying all these factories are garbage? I mean, it's the where I had the black made, they made a cigar for Gurkha. Where I had the white made,
American Caribbean, right?
Las Lavas made the black, and American Caribbean made the white, and both factories made a Gurkha. Gurkha is made at so many factories. So
PDR makes them.
again,
They,
it
they
goes
just
on.
came out with they just dipped into Aganorsa.
It's whatever. People get upset with some of their practices, maybe some of their marketing practices, and that's fine. Um, they
I got
certainly
some
have.
old Gurkha legends, man, that I still fucking love.
They certainly have a stigma about them, but I'm not sure if I'm on board with it.
No, I've smoked some Gurkhas that I absolutely enjoy fully.
Yeah, of course. It's not
It's
coming from one place, from one thing.
no, and I smoked a lot of other stuff from the what is it? American Caribbean cigar. There was like the bold. There was some bouncer they made that wasn't bad. It was a
You can't
Mexican
be the
San Andreas.
size of their company and make bad cigars. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you'd be out of business.
Yeah, it just doesn't work that way.
But yeah, what bothers me is that the size of the cigars keep going up. I mean, portfolios aren't even introducing Coronas, and if they introduce a Robusto, like I said, it starts at 52.
I've seen the trend getting smaller, so I don't know. But
The
we
fuck are
don't.
you looking at? We're not agreeing on anything tonight.
I know. I've seen the trend go smaller, but maybe that's just because it's how I do my buying. I don't. I certainly will put in 60 ring gauge in my selections. I think there's some. The white, for instance, is probably the black is really good in both 60s actually. Black and white, that 60 rings are really good smoke. But anyway, some cigars do smoke good in the 60 for sure. Some people obviously prefer that size, but I've seen it. People back off a little bit of the bigger sizes, where 54 is kind of like on the high side today. I just see a shift, but I guess not in Texas. I mean, there's certainly places where are going to disagree with what I'm saying, but I think overall, I see more traditional sizes being more popular today than they were,
I wish.
than they were 10 years ago.
All my years of being a tobacconist, nobody, everyone was like, I'm like, buy the Robusto. They're like, no, I'm going to be here for 6 hours. I said, so then you buy another Robusto. I said, try this. It's better. No, I like it in the Robusto Grande, the Toro Grande, the 6x60 box press. I'm like,
When
why? Because it smokes longer.
people think Robusto is like a flavor profile. I want the Robusto one. It's the strong one, the Robusto.
No, I same guy used to always buy a fucking big cigar, like the double Corona, whatever the fuck it was, double Toro. I said, try the Robusto tonight. I said, if you don't like it, come back to me. I'll give you back your money. Because he always smoked the big ones. He never smoked the small guys. Came back to me at the end of the night. He goes, that was so much better than the other ones. It's amazing. So yeah, well. And then now we have to touch on Drew Estate suing Sam for copying the fire cured in his blacks. Sam, are you the first to use fire cured tobacco?
I don't know. I think so. But at the same time, I think I might be the first to hit the market on them. I don't think. I really don't think Drew Estate was copying me. Um, in fact, I mean, I know they weren't. I talked to JD the day my press release hit because he was quite upset about it because he had put a lot of money behind his project that wasn't going to be released for another year. So he had made a press release.
Surprise, motherfucker.
They
He
tried
made a
to
press
sell an
release out
entire
the next-
line. They
the
tried to
next
sell an
day.
entire line of fire cured cigars. You released that cigar and you had what, two sizes? A Robo and a Toro. It may have just been a fucking Robo or a Robo similar size or a Toro
It
similar
was three
size.
sizes. It was three sizes.
I remember this. I was at Nick Ingin's shop in Pennsylvania near Harrisburg. You got to know Nick Engine.
Probably.
Little brown dude loves El Dorado. Loves El Dorado. He's got a lot of family up in fucking Brampton. And he's like, you got to. I
Oh
was
yeah.
in there and I was looking for everything I ever seen on Instagram. I'm a Canadian. I'm a newer purchaser in the United States, but I've been probably 5 years, 6 years. I've been a purchaser of cigars in Canada. And I come here and I'm like, listen, like, this is the cigar I'm looking for. And he's like, boom, boom, boom. So probably the first ever fucking solid cigars that I had were the whites and the blacks. And they had and I'm just like, damn. And I remember my buddy came over a couple weeks later and he's like, dude, you got to try this fucking fire cured cigar. This wildest shit I ever smoked. In my opinion, love Jonathan Drew, love his old man, love all that shit that goes on with that. But your cigar was like a fucking good glass of red wine, and I'm a red wine guy, or like a good glass of bourbon. You know what I mean? Like it just, dude, it was a fucking marriage of fire
Your
cured,
proportions
marriage
were
of good tobacco.
your your proportions were proper.
It was
Like you didn't
proper where
overwhelm
it
the
wasn't a
smoker.
flavored cigar. If you were to ask me now, like,
Yeah.
the fire cured from Drew Estate, right? Any size, it doesn't matter the fucking size. You get the
You know
bigger
what it
size
is.
it starts fading more and more, and you would actually watch the wrapper fucking fade as that loses that shit into the cellophane. And dude, I just getting into bourbon half the time I smoked this, and Scotch, brown liquors, just getting into it seriously, where I'm not fucking putting an ice cube or a Coke into it, and that's just because how I drink it. And I was like, wow, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like legit, it was mind blowing.
That the story behind that blend is it's fun, man. I had a neighbor with me. I took my neighbor down to the DR with me to on that trip, and I
Where
wasn't
do you live?
trying.
Where do you live now? I'm looking to be your next neighbor for this next venture we're gonna do.
Yeah,
Fuck.
he's still 2 doors down. Uh, he's a musician. He took me to Nashville to record an album, so that was fun.
That's dude.
But
It's
but
underrated, iconic cigar. It's 100%. It went underrated. You were way ahead of your time. You could have released that shit after Drew Estate did,
and I'm only using
and it would have took off.
it's just a quarter of a leaf of the fire cured is what's going in there.
Which,
That was introduced.
That's what was nice about it.
dude, it
tobacco,
makes sense now. It makes sense now.
It's very overpowering, but it's not strong. It's not even cured. It's a very young tobacco.
It's flavorful. It's flavorful.
It's a flavor bomb. It
It's-
overtakes flavor. It's like too much oregano. It overpowers.
That cigar is
You
like a
fucked up the
fucking.
fucking lasagna.
It's like a charcoal grill. You do something on a charcoal grill. It could be a hamburger, it could be a fucking hot dog, whatever you do on that charcoal grill. It just naturally gets those aromas, and it naturally fucking goes into it the way it should. You do something on a pellet grill, you're like, yeah, let me smoke this for 5 minutes. You pour it on, and it looks like a fucking goddamn house fire going on, right? And yeah, dude, there's always been someone with that cigar. Proportions.
Your proportions are correct. That's what that's what it's all about.
That's a 5-country blend of proportions. The white was also a 5-country blend. Those blends were meant to be opposite ends of the spectrum, black and white. Made in 2 different countries, 2 different factories, 10 different tobaccos.
Even back then, though, it wasn't obnoxious sizes.
I had a 60.
Tell me about this cigar.
At a Robusto, there was 4 sizes in each: a little guy, a Robusto, a Toro, and a double Toro.
Dude, I went into a shop, which I would have thought from the outside of it, pulling up, go check out here. Mooch tells me, go check out my boy, Nick Engine Shop. But you go there, it's Pennsylvania, so you're selling singles, you're selling 6-packs, you're selling 12-packs, or you got 2-4s. 2-4 shop. Right beside a fucking 2-4 shop. Right up by Harrisburg. I go in there and I'm like, okay. So of course I go in there. I'm looking for fucking decent beer. I'm like, oh fuck, he's got all right, no problem. Walk out of there and he's like, oh, check out the cigar shop. Bongs, weed, pipes, papers, and they're like, oh yeah, the walk-in humidor is around back. You go in there, you go to the walk-in, and I'm just like, what, dude? my third time ever looking for cigars I wanted to smoke, not in Canada or New York State. And I was like, what the fuck? And then he's like, oh, you got to try this. Fucking dude talked up, grabbed a bunch, fucking smoked. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, mind-blowing shit, dude.
Right on, man.
It's fucking crazy. Herf, what was your first experience with a Sam cigar? Cigar AM Sam.
I smoked the white. Then I smoked the black, and the black took me back a little bit.
What about nub or cane or any of that stuff?
Oh, dude, I smoked Mad.
I really hated. I like the canes, but I hated the nubs because I just felt that it was too fat for the size. I think it should have been smaller.
There was a 48. It was the worst seller.
There you go. It's probably the best cigar. But the cane, my brother got me into the cane when I first started smoking cigars.
Actually, it was a 46, 446, and nobody bought it. Nobody bought it.
That's what I would pick right now. But
I think
you were behind the
yeah.
You were behind the cane also.
Yep, I was in all those ads. My signature was on all those boxes, and those were my brands.
Man,
One time.
that's going back a while now.
Yeah, 2008, man.
Fucking Christ, yeah. My brother was showing off the fucking nubs and the canes to me. The cane had the foot band, I think.
Say again.
Did the cane have the foot band?
Yes.
So this is a white from God knows, Jesus Christ.
2013 to 2015, somewhere in there. Does it have a? Did it have a UPC on it?
No.
On the cello, was there a?
No.
So that was pre-general.
No. The cello was taken off. This was bought years. I mean, I'm going back probably 7 years, 8 years, more than that.
Well, it's either 2013 or 2015. And if it had a barcode sticker on the cellophane, it was 2015. If it did not, it was 2013.
When I put it in my humidor, I took off the cello.
Oh, right on.
But there's a little bit of Ligero in here, right?
Sure. I would not recommend taking off the cello to age cigars.
I do it with every one of my cigars.
Yeah,
Or if I buy a box, I'll do half cello, half not cello.
Yeah, I just don't believe in that practice.
I've had nightmares with brown cello cigars where they just tasted like an Ashton classic. You know, it's
Yeah, I can understand. Where'd homie go?
I think he's pissing.
Just took a piss and fucking kissed my wife, man.
You
I'm
guys.
back.
You guys got some small bladders.
No, we got some full
Oh, you're
bladder.
not. You drink a Diet Coke, man.
Hey. Have you at least been drinking coffee, Sam?
Not yet. I said I'm out of milk, but
Well, hey. You know what alcohol is? That's fucking black coffee, man. Just straight there with a little bit of fucking.
no, I don't need milk. Trust me, I don't need creamer. But
I'm not challenging your alpha maleness.
We've got like the milk frother. We got it all. Like we got a good setup. I like what I like.
You're like, I just want some fucking straight up 2%. That's it. I just want some straight 2%.
Half and half, man. We put it in the frother.
Buddy, you do that much half and half as much as you want to drink right now. You're gonna be running to the fucking toilet to fucking shit your brains out, piss through your beehole.
Yet I haven't left yet. You guys got up. You guys keep getting up to go to the bathroom.
You haven't had any of that half and half yet, where it's half piss and half
I've
shit
had
out of your
2 cups.
butthole.
I've had 2 cups today.
2 cups today. Fuck, we can't talk about that. I had 3 iced coffees today. I had fucking 2 espressos with hot chocolate. Oh, I put fucking cream in that shit. I've shit twice. I've shit 3 times today. Now it's just all piss because I haven't eaten since fucking noon. That's all part of my fucking new diet. There's a new
Nice.
diet out there right now where you just eat what you want to eat, you drink what you want to drink. And when you wake up in the morning, you take a couple big dumps, and then you just carry on with your life, and you don't have to tell anybody about it and share it with everything. Oh, new diet where I just eat what I want to eat and do what I want to do. I ordered pizza today for people at work. 2 guys who are 5 inches taller than me are like, "Can we get cauliflower crust?" Well, I'm ordering for 15
Ah,
people. I'm ordering for 15 fucking people right now, dude. And I go, if the company doesn't want to buy it, I'm paying for it out of my pocket either way. No problem. It's out of my pocket. And I go, but even if the company's paying for it, I'm getting 0 cauliflower crust. And I was like, I looked at these 2 guys who were 10 years older than me, and I'm like, I will get you guys little fucking personal pan pizzas of cauliflower crust. We're not getting a fucking slab of fucking pizza of cauliflower crust. Like, does nobody think of the fucking cauliflower that they're cutting down to make that fucking thing? That's a lot. That's
I
a
just hate
fucking lot.
cauliflower.
no,
I just hate
they just
cauliflower.
add. It's a scam. It's a scam. It's
Mm.
bullshit.
I hate cauliflower.
It ain't
smells
even
like-
that. I take these guys. Come over here. You fucking said something to my pants today, being fucking maroon, and I go. Then you hit me with a, "Can you get a cauliflower crust?" And I'm like, "You ripped my pants off with your fucking comment." I go, "But you say that," and I go, "Now all of a sudden I got my fist up your ass," and you're like, "Seriously though, can we get vegan wings?" And I'm like, "Are you like, what the fuck is that?" I go, "And you said it in front of everybody. Both comments were said in front of everybody, and people are looking at you now like, what the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my fucking guy up there, man. Cauliflower crust guy. Like, I got tight pants, but I fucking sit down all day, so my legs swell up. I get it. You're fucking still ordering fucking cauliflower, goddamn fucking. How do you explain cauliflower crust?"
It's like because my legs are swelled up.
You're like, I'll take cauliflower crust, but I'm gonna get bacon, pepperoni, cup of char. You know what? I'm gonna get pineapple on that. Do you guys have asparagus you can put on that? Really? You're a fucking cauliflower crust guy?
I hate cauliflower anything.
I pulled these 2 guys aside and I was like, listen, I'm like, this is what you said, and I'm like, don't get offended, but I'm like, yeah, I may have yelled it out, but I'm like, this is what I said, and they're like, are you serious? Are you fucking serious? And I'm like, listen, this is what you said. I'm like, think about it. Like, just fucking let it fucking,
It shouldn't be consumed.
let it serenade your fucking brain. I'm like, cauliflower. I'm like, ask me the last time I ate cauliflower, and they're like, when was it? I'm like, I can't even fucking remember, because I guarantee you, it's been at least 4 months since I've had anything cauliflower. Like,
If I had anything cauliflower, it was snuck into my food because I didn't willfully ever eat anything cauliflower.
Cauliflower cocktail.
You were collar roofied.
Cauliflower.
You were fucking collar roofied. You could have fucking been going for a job where they're like, let's see how much of a fucking man you are, or just meteor, and they're like, buddy, you just pissed cauliflower. And you know what? Everybody knows asparagus piss smells like something. Cauliflower probably makes you smell funny, smell weird. You give off a little fucking just weird ass smell. Your piss smells a lot more not
gives you big
aromatic.
boobs. It has estrogen in it, and it gives you man boobs.
Sam, if you were to
yeah.
truthfully tell me, I actually believe that right now. I believe
There's
it.
estrogen in cauliflower and in soybeans. So if you like edamame, you'll get man boobs.
Stop eating it.
I mean, you got to
I
eat a
don't-
lot of it. You
I don't-
really
I
gotta
I mean,
don't-
that
I don't
would
squeeze
also.
the
I mean, tofu also, right? Tofu. Soy.
I don't squeeze the bean out, but I just eat the whole thing when I do have a couple branches of edamame.
Get some.
Yeah,
get
no.
some rough-
You would have to
rough-
consume edamame on a daily basis.
I've probably had
kind of
a
expensive.
fucking
Yeah.
1/1000th of a fucking gram of edamame in the past fucking 10 years of my life.
So your boobs are safe.
You're telling me these tits are just because I like hot dogs a lot?
I can't give you that diagnosis.
You know what? I'm cleared because of that now, though. You're like, I'm not a doctor, but I can say it's probably not because of that. Boom.
I'm not qualified to say this.
Stogie doctor / Stogie bird. Okay, now you give him a little brief history in your fucking life. He's gonna tell you, he's like, honestly, it's probably not because of that.
I'm qualified to tell you what it isn't.
They're like, listen, I've always smoked these cigars. I just got lung cancer. And they're like, I've only ever ordered cigars from these other different fucking mailing companies. And they're like, you didn't order from Stogie Bird? And he's like, no. And I'm like, it's probably a contributing factor.
That's awful.
What could be your pocket draining dry? Because you know what I mean? It's just something. And you're like, you know what? It could have something to do with this. Could have something to do with this. You're like, why is mine and Herfhead's bladder so short? Tonight, my bladder's the size of a fucking 6-ounce beer can tonight. Why is it so short? You know what? You didn't try this fucking beer where it's a higher percentage, but it actually expands your fucking bladder. I'm like, you know what? That's probably why my bladder's fucking so small right now.
Bladder buster beer.
They're like, by the way, also, you got fucking a liver infection right now. But it's because of that beer, but your bladder's so much smaller right now. Optimism. Very optimistic. I like it, Sam. I do like it.
Yep.
Right now, we're going through a crazy.
I'm trying to stretch my bladder out with.
Please tell me.
What?
I'm trying to stretch my bladder out with marbles. It's not working. I'm getting concerned.
You have to put it through your pee hole. You have to put them through your dick hole.
Yeah, I know.
That you wife beater is just very uncomfortable.
You put it through your urethra.
Hey, if it hasn't been working with you, I gotta stop putting balloons up my fucking pee hole and let my wife blow on it to fucking blow it up.
Yeah, it doesn't
work for you. It ain't gonna work for me.
Got dirty fast.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe page for my medical bills.
At the end of the day, we're gonna get bigger cocks, but we're just trying to make it sound like we have something else. Urinary tract infections right in the fucking pee hole, but really, we didn't need to get everything enlarged just so they could see it. Perfect. We're gonna be walking around with like a fucking. People are like, "Is that your dick or you got a Stogie Bird fucking bomb in your fucking pants?" You're like, yes. Yes, Stogie Bird's in my back pocket, and then you pull it out, and you're like, that's just my cock. I'm going through a couple operations right now to cure my urinary tract.
Instead of the fleshlight, we were going to dual purpose the Stogie Bird tube as the splooge tube.
You just wear it all
wow
24/7. You just wear it, and you're like, they're like, oh, they're like, you really want to pay that for this? Like, dude, I just busted a nut. I got my fucking Stogie Bird tube.
Get some Stogie Bird lube.
Flesh stove.
We even look it up at sploogtube.com.
Call it bird poop.
I actually googled sploogtube.com.
Sploogtube. They're like, hey, here's a video of a guy getting on a bus and he can't believe it's $5 for him to get there, but he's just like this. He's like, yeah.
Sploogtube, thanks, Stogie Bird.
Did you guys just ever imagine busting a nut? Imagine watching porn and somebody yelling at somebody as they bust a nut. It just doesn't exist. They're like, get the fuck out of here. It's splooge tube. You're like, this guy just served us the fucking thing at, he just served us our fucking bill for this dinner. And you're like, I want a manager. You got the splooge tube on and you're just never pissed.
Splooge tube. Always.
You're just like, guys, like, I have your bill. You're like, get away, stop, get off. Or you're like, yeah, no problem. Splooge tube. Splooge tube.
I should have never shared that one.
So here's how we could also market this. This is why we got a disclaimer. We could
you can make a stogie poop, which is a lubricant.
Stogie slide.
Bird stogie poop.
Stogie slide.
That's white. It looks like bird poop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you milk it out of the package
Meant
like
to
it's
be
some sort of
used with the.
milkshake mix.
You only recommend the package is going to be used for like 3 or 4 uses, and then throw it out, and you gotta get a new one.
Good. These are not good ideas.
Or so here's the thing. What was the original idea called? Stogie splooge. Stogie splooge.
Stogie splooge.
Or no, Stogie tube? Splooge tube. Splooge tube.
Splooge tube.
See, splooge tube. So now all of a
Take it.
sudden you are your own porn hub where people you market these products for a couple of years and then all of a sudden now you just market you run a porn page.
Yes.
Splooge tube. Where it's just
Splooge
people
tube.
now it's like, oh hey, my girlfriend caught me having a fucking splooge tube on. I was just like, ah.
But it already exists. It already exists.
That's why now we're the fucking future.
Yeah.
See, now you market this product, and everybody's like, oh, it's stupid, it's stupid. 5 years happen, and everybody knows something that's stupid. That is the fucking biggest rage now.
Who needs tobacco when you have porno? I mean,
Tube. Here's the guy at a cigar lounge. He's like, I can't smoke a Sam Lucia cigar and have the splooge tube on. And he's just like this. He's like, oh God, get this. Oh God. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, it's a fucking thing.
That was a mistake.
Dude, if it's not us coming out with this, it's gonna be Drew Estate. We gotta be honest.
Splooge tube.
Jonathan Drew's like
event only.
every time event only, right? It comes in a long fucking tube like this. We're gonna have the A, then we're gonna go to like fucking big long dick Lancero size, and then we're just gonna, we need to create this. You got the shady
Tube is
dick,
not meant to be inserted into the anus. Yeah.
right? It says that on the back of the box. You flip the box over and it says that. You got the shady. You got
Do
the
not
shady
insert
tube.
tube into anus.
You got shady.
You got to
tube.
do it.
And then we got to go with like the Terry Crews tube. Kim Jong-un tube. We don't want to discriminate. We do not want to discriminate.
So how'd you get in the cigar industry?
Pleasuring myself.
You're asking me that?
Sure.
So our ideas we pitched, but it all started off
He's
your
not
one
gonna,
idea.
He's not going to let you answer. So
No, I'm going to let you answer.
No,
So
I wasn't sure. If you're being
The idea we pitched, and the idea you started our idea of this. This was literally came down to your core idea. Now we have fleshlights, but we call them Stogie tubes, or we call them Stogie, whatever we call them now. How are you now pitching this idea? We're like, how'd you get started in cigars? And you're like, actually, I'm the guy.
yeah, I look at those cylinders that you ship the Stogie birds in. You can fuck those things. It's a secret. It's off menu. It's like you get a monster burger from fucking
dude.
that place in California.
I was in Cuba. We're at the fucking part of the resort of our beach. I'm on my honeymoon. I'm sitting there with the guy. We're smoking cigars. I'm wearing a fucking obviously button-up shirt like I am now, not done up, classic. And we're like, oh, how do we get extra drinks? And she's like, you give me the in your top pocket. And she's like, I'll show you guys. Like, I'm looking at my buddy I met at the resort. We're both on our honeymoons. No. Yes, but no, this can't happen. Like, we're like 100% yeah. But like, yeah, no, can't happen. Can't happen. That's how it starts, right? Somebody's like, what do you use that thing for? You're like, by the way, I carry my cigars in there. I smoke them, and then I...
Splooge tube.
Splooge tube.
You're welcome.
I smoke my load, and then I...
just in case your wife gets pissed at
load.
you, or
Splooge tube.
she's got the kids that week.
Splooge
Hey,
tube.
So, I was at the
now
Rocky...
you got to cut a slit into the cylinders that you're shipping.
Yeah, so
I gotta tell you, man. By the way, Stogie Bird, very impressed by your bag. Very fucking nice, sexy bag.
Herfhead, how many cigars were in that tube?
No tube. It was a bag of 5 cigars.
What did you
So,
order?
I always thought it came
I
with
ordered 5 Honest George.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Fuck, he tagged you in it. Fucking now it's 9
you know
hours
what? This
ago.
is fucking awesome. All right, we're gonna do this live because we're sloppy. My ear pods are dying. I'm gonna join back in a second.
Bro, I told you not to use them in the fucking pre-herf.
What are we talking about?
I'll be right back.
Herved's stepping out for a number 2 with the Stogie Bird tube. He's gonna be right back. And we're gonna do this. His earbuds just died. So he's just leaving the room for a second. He may pleasure himself with the Stogie Bird kit. Stogie tube, Stogie flesh, Stogie finish. Stogie finish. Stogie finish. So you now have, let's say you have the tube. You make the tube out of styrofoam. You put the air bubble wrap in there. You can fit 4 in there. You cut a little piece in there. Boom. Now you can fit a 5th one up there. Once you pull out 5 cigars that you smoke for the day, now it releases this gel, this cooling, soothing thing. Boom. You finish yourself off with that at the end of the night. You reek of cigars. Your wife's like telling you, like, you're sleeping out there tonight. Oh, you stay there tonight. Boom. Put the lid back on. Throw it away. It's biodegradable now because we can make it out of some sort of fucked up cardboard. Boom. Boom.
That's fine. I'm gonna go use the restroom now. You guys.
What
perfect.
are you doing? You can't.
Perfect.
Leave.
He's finally fucking.
Man.
Oh,
Guess is leaving the show. Oh,
so he chirped mostly me because I had a fucking small bladder. He chirped a little bit of you and us because we got a piss, right? He's now going to be in there for like 10 minutes, and we're like, bro, did you just take a dump? He's like, no, I was taking a piss. Yeah, that's what you get for fucking only taking 1 piss a day. We're healthy. We're Herfhead. We are healthy. Other than your negativity towards me, we're healthy.
Yeah.
And this being the fucking Herfhead fucking cigar show, we are healthy.
Herfhead cigar show, eh?
The Herfhead fucking, it's got a good ring to it. I could be your manager if you want me to be. I know Mooch. Mooch can get us contacts.
I already got a manager. I got Mo.
Good luck him answering the phone ever. Fuck.
He never does.
Mo, if you're out there, I think I still have your number on WhatsApp and your real number in text message life because it's the same thing. Answer. Aunt Mo, I'm not mad at you if you think I'm mad at you. I'm not. Every time I talk to you, you'll say, I'm going to call you tonight.
Baby, call back.
Baby, call back.
Wow.
Don't say it no more. But I think, Mo, you're vibing me hard right now. I don't get it. Mo. Say Mo.
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 We gotta make a trip out to Jersey and fucking tie him up, bring him on the show.
He's not going to be there then.
Wait for him. Stake it out.
Mo hears everything, but he doesn't listen and adhere to it. You know what I mean? Like, Mo, we're coming out to New Jersey this weekend. Mo's like, guys, I'm in Texas now all of a sudden. And we're like, but we knew what you were doing that week. That's why we went there. Herfhead.
What's up, Jeffy?
I gotta grab a drink, dude. I got no drinks up here. I don't know where the fuck they went.
Ill prepared.
No, did I knock? No, there's fucking 8 down here that I drank. Did I knock any off? Or were you just so engorfed in fucking Sam? Did I knock some off?
No, I think you drank them all and you're just quiet.
I could have. I have 2. I got 2 more in the fridge of the margaritas.
Sammy's back.
When do we go live?
Oh, a while ago.
Sam, we're constantly live. Every time you hop into this room, you're in a different position. Right now, you're getting like a rebar sandwich. Imagine Herfhead being Long Island, and then just imagine me being me. This is now the orgy. We prefer to call it Les Eiffel Tower.
All right.
Or you did that fire cure
Right.
thing. We could just say Les Barbecue. Les Barbecue.
I was on the cover of a French cigar magazine, and they called me Le Bad Boy.
Whoa. You got this shit framed above your bed?
No,
Oh.
I certainly don't.
It's a cock rings. It just says "lay bad boy."
Le bad boy. Yeah,
He
man.
puts them on. He's sort of.
You leave it around your house for people to see.
I don't even know where a copy of that magazine exists.
Come on. You got boxers made of that shit. Your bed sheets are made of that. You're like, hey, just hop on the bed.
I
Look
should.
at- oh,
I
hey,
should.
is that me? Is that my face?
It's a great picture. It's a great picture.
You're like, we sort of went wrong. The pillowcases don't fit the pillows.
It is
If you get
worthy
what I'm
of all
saying.
of that. It's worthy of all of that.
I don't want to get super personal.
Oh no.
Are you with a spouse?
No, I'm solo right here. There's nobody in the
So-
building.
So fuck yeah, he's promoting the fuck out of these fucking. Yeah, he's promoting the fuck out of that.
No, but I'm married.
Oh, so you're married?
I'm just not with spouse now. There's nobody in the
Yeah,
building.
yeah.
No, I've been married
right.
28 years, man.
So you've always had that idea. You pitched it then, and then you pitched it again. Then when you were doing this thing, you're like, "That is me."
Pitched what thing? What are you talking about?
When you were doing this fucking French photo shoot, you're like, "This is my look right now." You know how Zoolander had blue steel?
Actually, the pictures that they used was from a photo shoot that I did. I didn't. They didn't take the picture for the photo shoot. You know what I'm saying?
So it
They bought
was.
the photo- they
So
bought
it
the
was,
photo
as the
shoot.
French would say,
Yeah.
sans photo shoot.
They used one of my. Is that what they would say?
Sans photo shoot. Sans is without. So without, like, yeah.
I know. I just thought that was funny.
So they surrender and steal the French. That's what you're saying.
I guess they used one of my stock photos.
You know what I fucking loved the best about you, which stood out the best? Who the fuck came up with the parental advisory, Sam Leccia? That was you?
Well, what's funny is I was working at a record store when
Dude, that was Cypress Hill shit.
Yeah.
when that parental advisory became a thing with Tipper Gore and all that shit. I was working in that industry. I was a kid in high school. Worked at National Record Mart. Waves is actually place I worked at.
That wasn't a Tequila Sunrise vibe, like Cypress Hill.
Well, this was like Cop Killer was out then.
Okay, Ice Cube,
It was a play
yeah,
on
yeah.
the fucking when Tipper Gore. Yeah,
Two Live Crew. This was Me So Horny. All that shit.
Sam,
Naughty by Nature, yeah.
Not yet.
Um,
Naughty by Nature wasn't there yet.
Were they?
Justin's too young to know what we're talking about.
Yeah, this was old school. Old school.
Justin's only 25.
Well,
Dude,
anyway.
you can't use the jokes we use on Wiseman on me because everybody
So
knows
anyway,
my age.
that logo was kind of a thing. Whenever I was in the record business and worked at a record store. Sounds like I was wasn't some executive or something, but and that logo ended up being kind of like a badge of badass. If you had that on your album, you had a good album, so it became kind of a good stamp. And so yeah, I was always kind of, I don't know, always had a weird attachment to it, I guess.
Not many people have done it, and it's a very simple idea. It's a very good idea. You don't see it that often.
Like I said, I've always just had a weird connection with it.
Have you seen it replicated?
I saw Asylum did something with it, but I mentioned it to him and he changed it. They did something, but I don't recall.
Shit, it's stuck. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like that straight out of Compton kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Like a wedgie, it just sticks.
It's like a wedgie. So what else you guys need to know?
What do you drive?
Oh,
I drive a Ford F-150.
What year?
It's a 18.
Okay, 2018. What color? I'm not trying to stalk you or anything, or like provoke people to stalk you, but
It's race red. It's the special edition, so it has the.
that's an aggressive truck. Like just color wise and looks wise, you got the chrome fucking piece. Like that's aggressive.
It's an aggressive truck. There's not much chrome on it though, but it's an aggressive truck.
It's got fucking chrome accents. It's a Ford. We all know they do. They got that shit. It's just like
No, this is all painted stuff. Painted bumper, painted grill. I don't like chrome. So
yeah,
this is a
you're not a tradesman.
so this doesn't have any
You're a
chrome.
tradesman. Like, yes, I said stock 19s. I just need give me
Yeah.
stock 9. Give me
But
fucking winter tire 19s.
I pre-ordered the new Lightning, so I'm waiting for that to come in.
Dude, the Lightning they haven't done in years though. Like a true Lightning, Lightning was like mid 90s.
This is going to be a all electric Lightning. You haven't heard about this?
What the fuck?
All
So I
electric.
seen the new Hummer come back, fucking full electric, fucking crazy crab walk shit.
Yeah, but this is the Ford F-150, and it's coming out next year.
Lightning, full electric.
You'll have to check that out. It's a great looking. It's an F-150. But under the hood is called the frunk. It's a storage area. If your house runs out of power, you can run your house from your truck for 2 days.
I live in a liberal country. We'll never run out of power, but we'll just run out of money.
Wow. if your power ever went out, you'd have enough power out from your truck for 2 days.
I could charge my vape pen and my cell phone. That would be amazing.
I'm excited. It's got 14 outlets, I think, on the dang thing.
What's the 0 to 60 on it though? Because it's got to be fucking nuts, right? Because Tesla's trying to pump the fucking their fucking
it's the
Doge
fastest F-150 they've ever made.
That's fucking gnarly, dude. When you see these Teslas fucking take off, like I'm not talking a fucking brand, but just the true actual fucking electric power is fucking nuts.
I'm excited to have one. I've never driven an electric car, so I've never driven a Tesla.
If it's anything like all the fucking Hummer fucking promos I watched, it's insane. Insane.
This one's actually going to hit the market. Those ones aren't coming out for a few more years.
Yeah, I think it was like in 2023 was the Hummer.
Yeah, because I like the Hummer and I like the Tesla truck, but they're not coming out soon enough.
The Hummer I think is sick, but if you were to make something comparable in the actual like a fuel market, would still be sick. Imagine having a fucking off-road vehicle that you could crab walk in.
Yeah.
Or even half a crab walk in is still fucking amazing. It's like cell phones. You're like, oh, I got this cell phone, and then the next year out, you're like, I'm obsolete.
Right.
And that's fucking, that's the electric vehicle game is like, oh, I got this my vehicle's got power windows, power that, and you're like, dude, my electric vehicle pulls. Hey, I'm at this restaurant, boom, and it's pulling up to you out front.
Right. Pretty soon we're all driving kit cars and we're calling each other Michael Mike.
Yikes.
He don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, Sam, how do you respond to people that be like, yeah, we
I'm not here, Mike.
We miss your old blends. Bring back.
I hear that all the time.
Do you find that insulting, or do you like that, or like?
Oh, I don't find that insulting at all. They said, man, you should never make cigars. They suck. That would be insulting. No, I am making cigars. I'm making cigars, more cigars than I ever have. Just just different ways. I'm doing different things with club exclusives, with vintage fresh. We've got
you still own all the copyrights for Luchador and all that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So that wouldn't be impossible for you to make another one, would it?
No, I think that it's going to happen. It's just I've got so much other stuff going on right now that I'm not in the mood for nostalgia personally yet. I'll get there.
You're not. That's not nostalgia enough to be nostalgia.
Right. That too. So, I never say never. I mean, I definitely would like to recreate those blends, but I don't know. I'm in a different place than I was. And a lot of different levels.
Do you think the same tobacco is available?
Oh, I can get both blends made for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Easily.
Yeah.
But you've graduated. You moved on to it. So.
It's just I'm really busy. I'm really occupied, and I just don't want that's a different business plan. I don't really want to make a brand. and have to go store to store and try to
No,
make a
yeah.
national brand. So just,
Get it on the
and
shelf.
at the same
yeah.
time, I don't want to half-ass it. So I'm just leaving it alone. You know what I mean? Is really the best way. If I do it, I'm going to do it right, or not do it at all. And that's kind of where I am with it.
Well, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
Because I could get some made. I could get some made in small quantities. To me, that's just not the right way to do it.
Do you have a personal stash?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Of everything.
Yeah, it's
How
good to
long-
see someone like you that, like, you know, their company didn't outlast, but you're still heavy in the industry and doing better, and you probably would have been with your core lines.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a shift. It's just a shift. I'm glad it just worked out. You know, a lot of things have changed in the industry, so it was a welcome shift. I have really worked in all facets of this business, so this was one that I haven't, and so it's been kind of fun doing the retail side of this. It's not a side I ever envisioned doing. It never attracted me at all. And same with the doing fulfillment was the last thing I would have ever dreamt I'd
Yikes.
be doing. But I happen to really like it. I happen to really enjoy it. We're very good at it. So just things have changed, and I'm happy about that.
I saw that fucking Instagram you posted with the fucking wall of fucking stogie birds going out. Woof.
Yeah, we don't do those all the time because sometimes they get we don't always get them in the same room at the same time because they get multiple pickups.
Yeah.
There
was a stash.
Yeah, we quite a few get made. We were making like castles out of the boxes.
All right.
There's so
Guys,
many.
Sorry, Herfhead, go.
What's up?
Enlighten me.
No, I just said there's so many different subscriptions out there. It's hard to pick and choose. But like I said 1,000 times again, you make your product available, not subscription, which is a good thing. You know, you should never hold a cigar hostage for a subscription package.
No,
Fuck, what do you never? Herfhead.
You can always sign up and cancel the same month anyway. A lot of people do that, and they sign. People don't want to be attached to a subscription, but they sign up and cancel every single month. I mean, I see the names.
Do you offer
Just a pain in the
promo codes
ass.
when they do that? Do you offer a promo code where they're like, sign up right now and this month's free? They sign up and they quit, and then another 2 months when you offer it again. If you offer it again, do they do that shit? It's like Netflix, Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah, I'm sure I have customers doing that, but that doesn't concern me.
Dude, at the end of the day,
They're still customers.
They're still buying your cigars. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're customers.
Yeah, we don't really have a whole lot of active things that could be taken advantage of, but I'm sure we have. I'm okay with it.
Dude, if it happens, it's gonna happen with anything, right? But you know what? They're still there. Fucking this month, next month, right? It still happens.
Sure. I think a lot of people think we're a really big company. And,
something sold is something sold, and that's all there is to it.
Yep.
Your website was streamlined perfectly. It was fucking no issues. I didn't get fucking frustrated with it. It was fucking easy peasy.
Well, that's good to hear because I'm not a big fan of our website, so that's good to hear.
It was very good.
Good.
Perfect. Finds it just as good as the directions in Pittsburgh to go to all these places that you never heard of.
I always call the 412 numbers and they never pick up.
I always get my directions from Herfhead when I'm in Pittsburgh, so I find them good.
There you go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pick one word, and I'm going to give the definition. I think I just thought of it. Herfhead can give one word, his definition of what he thinks of it. Sam, you got to give your one word if you have one, or you just piggyback off one of our words. So I was sitting here. I abruptly ran out, and I didn't say, Herf, I got to take a piss. Usually I try to whisper it to Herfhead. You know, it's just like he's doing to it, or he gets up, I got to take a piss. I do that too. Very Canadian word. I want to say I lumberjacked. I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I gotta piss. Cross my legs, and I, a couple farts, and I go. Whoop. When you think of the term lumberjack, you ever think of splitting the log in half? And
No.
I caught this motherfucker in between my ass cheeks, half in my butthole. I went in there for probably the quickest shit of my entire life. One wiper, done. A
See,
lumberjack.
JP's loose because he's known me for so long that I just beat him up when I come over. So he's got no muscles anymore.
That's lumberjack and sorry, Long Islander, Long Islandin.
Long Island, yeah.
I want to call it lumberjacking. Lumberjack. You split a log in half.
Sure.
Boom, boom. You catch it. You still caught it. You know what I mean?
Like a
Didn't
turtle
drop it on the
popping.
floor.
Turtle
Herfhead.
head. Turtle head popping.
But I'm going Canadian with it. Lumberjack. Turtle heading's just the whole thing's poking out. Lumberjacking. I broke half off and I fucking caught the motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It all goes into the fire at the end of the day. You turtle head, buddy, you got a turtle half out of your ass cheek. I got the fucking turtle head here. I got the fucking turtle shell back up in there. You know, that's a whole different description. Whole different description.
Herfhead, as it gets later, you're getting this whole Tony Soprano vibe as it gets later.
Fuck, you ain't never seen Herfhead giving that vibe?
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
Yeah, you look like you're gonna off a guy, whack off a guy.
My answers get shorter.
He looks like he did 3 hours ago, and the dead body's just on the floor. We can't see it.
No, it's up on the roof. That's why the ladder just got hung up. He goes, nobody ever looks on the roof.
Gunga galunga.
It's oil.
You could bury somebody in the ground, but you could fucking chop them up and put them in the east trough. Nobody looks in the east troughs.
I was gonna actually hang the Penguins banner from the Stars and Stripes tonight, but I guess people might get their fucking panties in a bunch, and I didn't.
No, so hockey fans will never get bent out of shape about something the way football fans
Show
will.
Sammy, I was a Pittsburgher.
You were a Pittsburgher.
The way you smoke a cigarette looks like you try to find your mouth every time you try to put it to the hole. And I like that about you. That tells me you're a fucking good. You just like to have a good time.
No, I'm a Yinzer. If I could move to Pittsburgh, oh Jesus Christ. Back in the day when damn, what was that? 2012, 2015. Shit was cheap in Pittsburgh.
Dude, it's still
cheap. Now, no, it's not anymore.
Okay, you could stop buying cigars for a year and you could buy a place in Pittsburgh.
It's all relative. There's definitely cheap places to be had around here. The things did go up, but it's still not as high as they've gone other places.
They always showed that fucking church that got put into a hotel or a homing church on Carson Street, Pittsburgh Works or some shit.
Yeah, the Brew Works.
Yeah.
All right, let's get wrapping up. Herfhead, do you have one word you want to describe your definition of it? It could be already a word. Give us your definition of a word. What's your definition?
Of what word?
It could be it's his word. He picks, man. I gave mine. I said lumberjacking, right?
Okay. Oh yeah. Sure. Jagoff.
All right. What's your definition of it?
Just someone's being a fucking pain in the ass, someone annoying, someone you don't want to deal with.
I'm a jagoff to you tonight.
Yeah, you're always a jagoff, but you're my friend. Everyone's got jagoff friends.
All right. I didn't think I was that way to you, but all right.
Nah, it's okay.
I feel like me and Carlo are jagoffs to each other.
What about Sammy? What does he think?
Sam, you got a Canadian word? A Pittsburghese word?
Scaramouche.
Scaramouche?
Yeah.
Your definition?
This is a kid. Friendly kid. Friend. Kid. Young kid. Friend.
So what's the definition you know now?
I don't know. That's what I'm going with.
All right. Sam wasn't as creative, but whatever. I've never heard of the word, but I think I heard of the word. It does sound familiar, but nobody ever knows what the fuck it means. Sam, you may
All
have
right,
just described this word.
how about Nebby?
Sam, I assume you're Italian.
I am.
Fuck, look at his last name. He's
Name,
either Mexican or Italian.
yeah, Sam
Maybe
Leccia.
a weird Portuguese guy.
Leccia.
So I gotta ask, how has your name been pronounced to people? You meet these
Well,
people, they're like Sam Leccia, Sam Lucia, Sam Lakaya. You know, how have people pronounced your name to you? This
Crazy
is the
shit.
final thing.
My own family has multiple pronunciations, so I don't get too hung up on it. And growing up in Pittsburgh, people would call me Leccia, like SH. So anyone that knows me as a little kid calls me Sammy Leccia.
You always have like a Milan Lucic name though. Lucic, how the fuck they get Lucic, right? The names like that though, right?
Right, but Italian it would be Leccia, 2 C's or a ch in Italian, so it'd be Leccia. But my family's from Corsica, which they're all Italian, but they all speak French, so the name's pronounced Lucia. There's a place in Corsica called Ponte Lucia. It's why I'm big in France.
I'm big in Japan.
I was gonna say I'm big in China, Herfhead. Fuck you, trump me.
You're big in the forest, Mr. Lumberjack.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
big wherever I find you in.
I don't know if JB's wearing shorts anymore.
You can see it right here, Herfhead. Sorry, this
All right, there
side.
you go.
That's
All
all right.
right.
I pointed the opposite side. I was, mirrored.
Well, you know what? Fucking goddamn it! Check out fucking Stogie Bird. If you don't want to subscribe, check out their fucking exclusives because I fucking honest fucking George that I smoked was beautiful. Medium bodied smoke, fucking Caldwell. New fucking Rocky Patel's dropping. Future looks bright.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot more fun than just trying to do, one brand. This is a lot of fun. So it's hard for me to go backwards.
Imagine picking somebody in the cigar industry you admire and you're taking them home. This is what you get to do. Pick their brain, cigar wise. Boom. Do it. Get it. Do it. Get it done with. You know what I mean? I'm signing up as soon as
I want to take Steve Saka home and put him on my bed and wrap him in hot towels.
I hope you have a California
bed. Your bed ain't big enough. My bed ain't big enough for that shit.
Yeah.
No, I gotta get reinforced beams and shit. Yeah, I'm not ready for it, but it'll happen.
This guy's got to have a fucking rotunda just to put fucking Steve in his fucking bed. Saka in his bed. Fucking Saki dream.
Definitely rotunda.
Definitely
rotunda that dabble. It's a rotunda that dabbles in weight.
Rotunda-esque.
Yeah, and you can't forget the dabble.
Imagine a rotunda hammock. That's what you need, made out of fucking rebar and concrete. But it swings though. It fucking swings. So the same shit they use on the fucking Golden Gate Bridge, or one of the 19 bridges they have in fucking Pittsburgh, just fucking girders like that.
So, gentlemen, I gotta end this. Gotta get going.
Yes,
I'm already gone, Sam.
He's
Ladies and
gone,
gentlemen,
so you've already
JP
left
Fingers, Herfhead, Herf Daddy, the usual Herf Assassin.
I'm
Look at
going on
those
a permanent
fucking
bathroom break.
Herf Schwarzenegger. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you got to hit up Stogie Bird. Is it StogieBird.com?
StogieBird.com, yes.
That's hot when you fucking claim those names, man. StogieBird.com. Go on there. Pick the cigars that you want. Get them to your doorstep monthly, weekly.
What's that
promo
code? Save what?
I think an active one might be give me the bird. Give me the bird. Might give you $5 off.
That's a lot to remember.
Anyway,
maybe in the future you could hear promo code Rebar. That's easy.
Nah. Anyway, you drop it on the cigar. You check out Instagram. They already promote the fucking next fucking code, so it's all good. Stay up on the social media.
Yeah, there's probably a code on our Instagram, which is Stogie Bird, and our Facebook, which is Stogie Bird, and our Twitter, which is Stogie Bird, and our TikTok.
You like Caldwell? You like Lazona? You like Stogie Bird? You like Stogie Bird? You like Stogie Bird?
You like Rocky Patel?
Yo, this is Stogie Bird saying, Peace.
We'll see you guys.
Sam, thank you for your time, man. Peace out.
You got it, man. Thanks, guys.
Perfect. Should I play? Should I play the exiting music?
Yeah, and fucking Sammy should wait.
I will then.
It's rude.
He's gonna wait. What the fuck is it playing to? Sorry,
We're
TD.
professionals.
We get TDs all the time, man. Ladies and gentlemen, until next episode, this is the next motherfucking Rebar.